GL.
Nani cheesy kama yeah. I've been faded, I've been naked, in different places, many faces, X-rated, yeah. I've been patient, I've been waiting. No other one that's come around can do the things you do. Who keep come around, we smoke a lot, Canadian pot, G's and bomb. Catch a wine, dance along, baby, bounce along. Wine and dine, made your mind, it's a clear sign that no other one that's come around can do the things you do. Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come yeah. Cheesy come yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come yeah. Cheesy come yeah. Cheesy come yeah. Oh yeah. Cheesy come yeah. Cheesy come yeah.
I've been faded, serenaded, celebrated. Ooh, very patient. See, I'm not so complicated. Kakwama on my mind, your toes are juicy, align. Moyo kapika sign, kisha underline. Only free because you let me be. That's the love I want for me. Long time was so baridi. Can't deny the chemistry. Kakwama on my mind, tuka align, tuka pika sign.
Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come yeah. Cheesy come yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come yeah.
Studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this.
I can't help but feel punished. I can't help but feel vanished in shadows of those walking behind me. Those I light the way for. Those are nurtured, pain and explained and paved the way for. Down with public shaming, tired of blaming, pointed fingers, hot cold, feigning joy, lucking bars, smoking cranium as my head bobbing, eyes sobbing from police tear gas. Down the chicks trickling, pus face sickly, frown, look around, sicking thoughts, puzzling, joining, troubling doors, puffing, sniffing, make your groove, guzzling, drinking, take your shots, posing, much to prove, chained up, pleading in the cold, size colder, people move.
Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Bidi bada get murdered. Kakitungu he bit me tia jaka waka omera my guy. Titushani mbogwa my guy wanja. Nimekuja kipan fan kamjesh. Yani Regency kamlesh. Hini recently yani come fresh. Kujenga sheng na sense jenga peng call me the alchemist. On a battlefield with my iron fist. Just turn this bitch into a smoke dish, smoke split, pass shoot, ha. Living in the studio, Listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know. Music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio.
We got this.
Listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know. Music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio. Listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know. Music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio. Listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know. Music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio. Listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know. Music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio. Listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know. Music is our food for show. We got this.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
We got this, we got this, we got this. Hey, 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 hey. Voila, wallan. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wednesday. What is Wednesday? Wednesday edition of the Power Morning Drive Show. It's really good to see you. It's good to have you join us. You're listening into Power Radio, where you tune in and power up. And yes, my name is Wanyoike, and I want to invite you to cruise nice and easy with us all the way till 10 in the a.m. As I let you know in just a bit of what to expect on our today's show. But I hope you are having yourself a fantastic Wednesday morning. And hopefully it's going to continue like that. All right. Let me tell you how you can get in touch with us, and that is through our social media handles. We are Power Radio on X, on Instagram, Facebook, you name it. You can find us along all those social media platforms. It's always a good thing to hear from you. So we would love to be engaged and also to engage you on those platforms. You can also find us on our YouTube channel. We are Power Radio. Please subscribe so that whenever we have something good coming from this side, you definitely will be the first to know. And you can also find us on our website, www.power254.org/Power Radio. All right. So, kama ilivyo ada, you know how we do it right here on the way to make your mornings count. We've, of course, start off with what's looking at the situations on our roads this morning. And so let's get into some of the traffic right now. We start off with the Thika Super Highway. Things are looking a little bit tricky on that end. I see that there is a lot of traffic happening from KCA University down towards town. Let me see. The same situation also happening along Kiambu Road, as you make your way from the DCI area down towards town, things are looking absolutely chaotic this morning. Ngong Road is also not looking very good. From as you make your way towards the Prestige Plaza, things are a little bit complicated as well. So yeah, Ojijo Road, it's an absolute mess this morning. So please avoid that road if you can. Let me see what is happening on Mombasa Road. The same situation also happening along Mombasa Road as you have the stretch from the Capital Center, Panari, actually all the way towards the Capital Center area, Bellevue. That whole stretch is looking like absolute chaos this morning. Let me see. Langata Road is also very complicated as well. The traffic situation starts from just shortly after Ulinzi Sports Complex, right down towards the Weston hotel areas. You make your way towards the T-Mall roundabout as well, which also spills over towards the Raila Odinga Road this morning. So pretty much the traffic situation is looking quite hectic this morning. So if you can avoid, please make sure you do. And let's get this kiki on the road. But for now, I want to jump right into some music, and then we will get into the newspaper review, as I also get to tell you what we are going to be expecting on today's conversation. So do keep it Power Radio, and I will see you after this short music break.
From sunrise to sunset.
You took my time. I see the right but the dinner. No, you had my life. Sungeni ambi amapema. Yeah, and no lie. Sikudhani tungeachana. Cause in a way you were everything I lacked. Sasa nawaza kila siku, mbona hukuwa mwaminifu? I scratch your back and try to be true, but it just feels like a game to you. Wafanya penzi hiyo mchezo, vile wanicheza, misi uwanja wa mchezo. Mbona wanicheza, wafanya penzi hiyo mchezo. Oh, vile wanicheza, misi uwanja wa mchezo. Mbona wanicheza.
Hujawahi ona mwingine na macho, akina nani wanakujaza mawazo, tukisonga wanaturudisha mwanzo. Baby, siwezi kucheza, cause I'm all in, falling for you. Even when they calling, nakata cause I'm loyal. Why you walking out the door knowing I adore you? Baby, siwezi kucheza. Haya mapenzi siwezi kucheza. Usiuacha wa mchezo, siwezi kucheza. Haya mapenzi si mchezo, siwezi kucheza. Usiuacha wa mchezo, siwezi kucheza.
Wafanya penzi hiyo mchezo,
siwezi kucheza.
misi uwanja wa mchezo.
Siwezi kucheza. Haya mapenzi si mchezo, siwezi kucheza.
Misi uwanja wa mchezo.
Siwezi kucheza.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
I know it's getting late, but I'm struggling to let go. You believe that don't you tell me that it's over. I need you closer to me. Don't you tell me that it's over. I need you closer to me. Baby, show me how your waistline feet. I need that body close to me. Show me how your island be. I need your waistline close to me. Don't you tell me that it's over. I need you closer to me. Baby, no, I don't want you alone. Don't want you alone, my love. Oh. Baby, no, I needed you home. Don't act like you don't need my love. need you closer to me. I know it's way too late, but I'm struggling to let go.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, those are the very, how would I say? I think it's very, is the word rustic? I don't know. The rustic melodies and harmonies of Caleb Awiti. The song is Closer to Me. It's playing right here on Power Radio, where you tune in and power up. This is the Power Morning Drive show with me, and Wanyoike. And yes, this is your way to make your mornings count. Again, remember, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are Power Radio across all socials. Please make sure you do find us across our platforms, and you can also text in live, call us in as well, or send us a voice note. The number is 0748 379 231. We get that ball rolling. All right, so of course, if you live in Kenya, you know that there's always something happening in our dailies, on our daily lives, in our daily newspapers, and that's just a small chunk of the many things that happen in this country. So it's only right that we get to do a quick newspaper review as we look at what has been making the headlines, because I mean, of course, a lot has been happening in the streets. And allow me to start off with the Daily Nation, looking at what is what they're leading with on the paper today. And the first story, or at least the top story of the Daily Nation, is Unholy Alliance. That's what the paper has written, and it says that monkey business governors attack rent-seeking MPs who counter that the guilty are afraid of scrutiny. Now, a bribery scandal that has sparked a bitter feud between governors and senators exposes underhand dealings and a conspiracy to defeat accountability. It also goes to say that governors have vowed to name and shame corrupt senators who they claim extort bribes to go easy on audit queries. An extortion racket they admit has thrived for too long. But senators have dared county bosses to make good their threats to snub watchdog committees, questioning why governors would pay bribes if they had nothing to hide. Who will blink first? That is a story that has been covered there on page 4 to 5 of the Daily Nation. And then we also have a story here that Gachagua takes on Ruto over drought ahead of tour. Now, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has accused the government of delaying emergency response to drought ravaging northern Kenya, even as the cabinet approved release of 4.1 billion Kenya shillings to help the affected regions. The paper goes on to say that an estimated 3.3 million people are facing acute shortage and food insecurity, with the cabinet cautioning the figure could rise, I beg your pardon, to 3.6 million by June. And really, it's not even, it's not a very, how would I call it? You know, I feel like in Kenya, our problems are usually very manufactured problems, because how can we have something, an amount that has been released as 4.1 billion Kenya shillings to help the affected regions, yet still we have 3.3 million people that are facing acute shortage of food and also food insecurity. Mind you, this is a country that is fertile. We are talking about Kenya. Kenya is largely a fertile country. I do not think that conversations around food insecurity should even be happening in a country where, for example, if you just look at the backbone of our economy, agriculture is definitely one of the top most economic activities there. And while unfortunately a big chunk of the agricultural produce that, most of the investment that we do to create these food security systems and also produce not only on a subsistence point, like is it called subsistence, where we produce locally for the local market. A big part of it is also for produce for exporting. So whether we have the horticultural produce and stuff like that. But let's not forget that agriculture forms the backbone of Kenya's economy. And so we ought to have already figured out how do we ensure that before we put systems and invest a lot in agricultural produce, especially for the outside world and for export, how do we ensure that we are investing or putting even much emphasis and effort to the local farmer, so that the local communities can have something to eat, right? Then, of course, budgeted corruption is one of the biggest one of the biggest I think perils that we face as a nation. I do not know the last time that I ever looked at the yearly budget of government, and in terms of spending, where agriculture was given a big chunk of money. It's quite sad and very telling when we look at, for example, the recent budget, our 2025-2026 budget. We find that the most in funded ministries, you find that it's ministries or to do with international travel, which should not even be making up the top 5 funded projects or ministries in the country. We also have things to do with, of course, internal security has to be very well funded, but the reason as to why I'm saying that doesn't make sense to a certain degree is you cannot be spending money to take your members of parliament to outside countries for looking at how systems work or whatever it is that they go to these different countries to look at, while your nation is struggling with even something as basic as food security. And so one thing that we also need to know is, again, I keep saying, the office of the auditor general, like when we hear something as big a chunk of money as 4.1 billion shillings released to go and help the affected regions, and still finding reports for 3.3 million people not getting to be kind of relieved, food relief and food aid from that issue, then we have to ask the right questions. We have to be adamant and we have to be vigilant in asking the right questions to the right people. And social accountability should not just stop at raising the tough questions. What are the next steps that we make sure that we are taking, so that we can see the 360 approach of alleviating some of these crises that we find ourselves in. So today it's food and drought. Tomorrow it will be something else. Like I now understand that SHA, for instance, I was listening to the news on my way to work today, and they were saying that SHA is going through like a digital malfunctioning of some sorts. And I'm like, by the time that a nation, you've decided, the government decided that we are all transitioning into SHA, you would have already put in place some of these structures and systems and already streamlined them, so that by the time you want the whole chunk of your population, which close to 50 million Kenyans is the population of Kenya, do not target something that you think would be beneficial for Kenyans and you've not planned for it beforehand. And so this is absolutely ridiculous, to say the least. And I think we need to be more angry and more enraged by the continuous, just the blatant disrespect for human rights, because also food is a human rights issue, but also the we deal with issues in this country in a very casual way, and yet we are people of means. Like, we have the means. I do not see how Kenya should be struggling with things like drought and famine, and yet we have a 4.4 trillion budget. That just doesn't make sense to me. Please, it doesn't make sense, and I don't think it will ever make sense to me in any given point. So it's absolutely crazy. And then we also have a story here on report warns that 166 billion Kenya shillings deficit could sink the social health authority. Yeah, and you know what? I am not surprised that SHA is heading towards being tanked. I'm not surprised, and I don't think any Kenyan is surprised. Just I think SHA is one of those. It's one of those big mistakes that you see things starting wrong, and so it's not going to be a mistake if it's not going to be here with us in the next 1 or 2 years. Like, I can already see it. I don't think there's anybody in Kenya who is looking at SHA and thinking that there was going to be anything sustainable or stable, for that matter, that came from the way that it has been introduced into the Kenyan society, but also how they have been mismanaging it. It's a whole lot of there's so many moving parts when you think about the SHA story. And it's one of those very sad Kenyan stories that you do not want to even start by thinking about what it actually means and what it might portend for the larger population of Kenyans. So yeah, 166 billion Kenya shillings. I suspect that the deficit is even much bigger than that. It's just that I do not have any proof, and so I'm not going to say anything that is not factual. But I wouldn't be surprised if SHA ended up tanking. That's just what happens when you do not plan deliberately for something as complex as a health care system in a country. That's what happens when you make it about something else other than the healthcare of the people that you are trying to serve as a government. Well, of course, we know that SHA is a cash cow for the longest time. We know this for sure. Nobody can come and say that it is working very, very smoothly. That's the report, at least, that most Kenyans have been talking about. And so, we're not surprised. We're not surprised at all. We have to rethink and reimagine how do we go about creating systems that work and work fully for our country. Yeah, we have to do that. Then we have a story here on page 7 of the Daily Nation. ODM crisis talks after Uhuru's Azimio move, with the deepening power struggle between factions led by party leader Oburu Oginga and Secretary General Edwin Sifuna. ODM leaders convene in Mombasa to discuss contentious issues. The National Executive Committee meeting comes amid reports that Dr. Oginga on Monday sought to stem an implosion following a largely successful rally in Busia by the rival camp. The meeting will also discuss the political coup in Azimio coalition staged by former President Kenyatta. Well, that's a story on page 7 of the Daily Nation. It was only going to be a matter of time. The case of ODM is not unique, but also unique in a way that, for the longest time they've had one leader, of course, the late Honorable Raila Odinga, and it's the stability of the ODM party was because of just how strong of a leader Raila was. And you don't even have to be a supporter of ODM or Raila or anybody in the ODM party or the Azimio coalition to be able to just see through how the kind of predicament that the ODM party now finds itself in, especially after the death of its long-standing leader Raila Odinga. So it's another day in Kenyan politics, really. A reshuffle happens. Reshuffles happen all the time. When leadership changes hands, you do expect that there is going to be some sort of, destabilization here and there. Now, it would not surprise me if maybe, for example, the ODM party finds itself at a crossroads that they have to completely shut down as a party. But I also do not think that ODM can get to a place where they completely don't disagree or feel like shutting it down is the next best option. But I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly wouldn't be surprised, because the continuous wrangles, just nobody has time for that. And you can see that we are heading towards the very serious, high octane political season with the general elections coming up next year. That's just in 2027. So it's like they only have this 1 year to get their act together and figure out who is going to take this party to the next level. But those are just my two opinions on things. I think that they might decide that they do not want to continue running the party as it stands. Or if they are going to continue running the party, I think the leadership will have to change in a very mighty way. But also beyond just the leadership, I think they are going to have to figure out the new direction that the party takes. I don't know. I'm not so sure that the ODM that Raila Odinga has left an imprint on in Kenyan politics will still continue being the same one from 2026 and beyond this moment. So it's a very interesting thing to think about. But for the full scoop of that story, please grab your Daily Nation copy and read the story on page 7 of the Daily Nation. Then let's move on swiftly to the Standard newspaper. And the newspaper is also leading with the story about drought and famine. And it says Kenyans stare at death. Now, as millions across the country scrape leaves from trees and watch their livestock die, children abandon school to forage, mothers go without meals, and communities edge towards collapse. Power feast in Nairobi. In State House meetings presided over the president, millions exchange hands and opulence is broadcast for all and sundry. Calls to declare the drought a national disaster fall on deaf ears, with interventions from government haphazard not reaching the affected. Again, it's a story about the drought that is ensuing in Kenya, and also just calling everybody that is supposed to make things happen for our country on that end as well. So that story on page 2, 3, and 4 of the Standard newspaper. And last but not least, the Business Daily, we have a story about new M-Pesa trading app takes 55% of share orders. We also have a story about the CBK cuts benchmark loan rate for 10th straight time. MGAS parent firm eyes 3.4 billion carbon credits raised by June. And last but not least, pension funds in riskier assets score higher returns. That and much, much more are found in the Wednesday edition of the Business Daily. Please do grab your copies of the dailies today to get more stories on what has been happening in Kenya. And that leads us to the end of our newspaper review. When we come back, my guests are already in studio with us, and today we are going to be looking at a very cool initiative and an event that the medical students of the University of Nairobi have come together to put across an event called Art for Peace. And what really it is they are reimagining how can they, as healthcare practitioners, use that to ensure that there is a bridge in society that creates peace that creates safe spaces where conflict resolution is the order of the day. And so we shall get into that conversation soon after this music break. So keep it Power Radio. We'll be right back.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Nilini tukaogopa kunyeshewa, tumekazana kufika hapa, tujapewa bure, na hata zile siku nimelemewa. Unanipenda mami, unaweza lala kwa kitanda, nitalala chini, jue mira ukipata napata mimi. I will love you in the dark and in the fluorescent light. Na nitafanya ninachoweza dalia, ikisema roho imesema, mama. Tutaenda hadi siku itasimama, mama. Ikisema roho imesema.
Umeniweka nini, sijaweza kueleza what you have on me, but I like it cause I'm waking with you in the morning. Don't want it any other way. Niseke pamoja na wewe, mimi na wewe na nayo nimepata na siamini. Jua asubuhi ukiniacha nitafanya nini? Niko tayari kufika hata tukichelewa,
na nitafanya ninachoweza dalia, ikisema roho imesema, mama. Tutaenda hadi siku itasimama, ikisema roho imesema. Una mtu na wake, una mtu na mtu wake,
anafanya ni wake. Ona mtu na mtu wake.
ukipata wa roho wewe iweke pete, kumuacha nianze aje. Ikisema roho imesema, tutaenda hadi siku itasimama, ikisema roho imesema, tutaenda hadi siku itasimama, itasimama.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Back with another ba bam ba bam bam. Back with another ba bam ba bam bam. Back with another one ba bam ba bam bam. Let's get it ba bam ba bam bam. Gotta be a lane to choosing a Mary Jane, choosing a Mary Jane, to choosing a Mary Jane. Gotta be a Jane 'cause I really like the way your music is insane. Gotta be a lane to choosing a Mary Jane, choosing a Mary Jane, to choosing a Mary Jane. Gotta be a lane 'cause I really like the way your music is insane. Joe, hadithi, Joe, wacha nikushow about this girl I know, about this girl called Mary Jane, about the way she used to kill 'em with the show, kill 'em with your Mary Jane. Gotta be a Jane, cause I really like the way your music is insane. Gotta be a lane to chasing a Mary Jane. Chasing a Mary Jane to chasing a Mary Jane. Gotta be a Jane, cause I really like the way your music is insane. Gotta be a lane to chasing a Mary Jane. To chasing a Mary Jane. To chasing a Mary Jane. Gotta be a Jane, cause I really like it. Man, I really like it. Yeah, man, I really like to dance. Really like to move my body like that. Really like to dance. Really like to move my body like that. Okay, najua unapendanga energy drink, lakini ukitaka mali safi ende chain. Kuna manziana everything you need. Gotta break your back until everything don't be leveling. Girl so sweet, they be jealousy. Everything about you is so highly. I know you know, they know you got nice energy. Akisonga every time, so exciting. No one lie, you mesmerizing. Nice energy, Akisonga. That is why Mary Jane makes you feel some type of way. Gotta be a lane to chasing a Mary Jane. Chasing a Mary Jane to chasing a Mary. To chasing a Brandon, Jerry. To chasing a Kendra, to chasing a Abby, to chasing a Erika. To chasing a Lynn, to chasing a Tracy, to chasing a Dodo. Now Warembo,
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Our radio.
Kanairo mapenzi haitakangi wanyonge, ni kuchezana na kuambia na pole. Ni kama tuko usherati sisi sote. Heri mimi nawekeleanga pombe. Wale wabayan wenye pete kwa vidole, wale wabayan wenye wanakawa pole. Let me know kama ni ngumu basi let me go. Kila mtu anasema love is a scam. State of emergency, everybody run. Kila saa nikiwangana where you're the one. Lakini tukiwachana we belong to everyone. I'm a liar, she's a liar. Sisi wote ni malaya, oyo. Anagawa, minagawa. Sisi wote ni wabaya, mayo. Kwa loko, zikishika, napenda kutupa luka. Kulia na kushoto, cheza na uyote mkushoto. Makanganyo wa roskoko, pocho na embe toto. Baby ya girl, toto mastingo ni motomoko. Kanairo, usicheza na mademu watakupakata na wakutoke mawe. Kanairo, utakuliwa mresh, utadhani ni adui kumbe hata ni so fresh. Kila mtu anasema love is a scam. State of emergency, everybody run. Kila saa nikiwangana where you're the one. Lakini tukiwachana we belong to everyone. I'm a liar, she's a liar. Sisi wote ni malaya, oyo. Anagawa, minagawa. Sisi wote ni wabaya, mayo. Kweli nilikupenda, nikawambia wengi sitawahi kutenga. But lately unajipenda, naona vile unanitesa. I got the feeling that I'm missing your time.
somebody right and they leave you with you alive. Kweli nilikupenda, nikawambia wengi sitawai kutenga, but lately unajipenda. No wonder who live not this. It's you all the time, baby, it's you all the goddamn time. Everything I do is never done right, baby, it's you, oh you. It's you all the time, baby, it's you all the goddamn time. Everything I do is never done right, baby, it's you, oh you. Aye, look what you've done to me right now. Like a shot drown out my mind. Look, I hate the way you can be mine. No, oh God, in a crisis for so long, in a mind broke for so low, in a way my shit go home. I'm fine if you're leaving now, and waste my time thinking how you can love somebody right and they leave you alive. Kweli nilikupenda, nikawambia wengi sitawai kutenga, but lately unajipenda. No wonder who live not this. It's you all the time, baby, it's you all the goddamn time. Everything I do is never done right, baby, it's you, oh you. It's you all the time, baby, it's you all the goddamn time. Everything I do is never done right, baby, it's you, oh you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Écoute-moi tout le monde. Alicious. Everybody come on. Let's dance.
Bonae, tout le monde, hey. Africani, my chérie, tout le monde, hey. Nipate hunting meet and greet, sipping ladies of their feet. Bongo, Kongo na lingio, naingiza shilingi siringi. Oh yeah, wanataka more. Nashika mic na wakabako, always tighter than before. Nafanya loco international, locomotion kila nation. Woko moko noko washa moto kasambusa, nakavusa kama rigas. Aligoso
Unitarisio stingol
Aligolo
Tuzupende libos
Aligoso
Afriko bimbaritol
Aligolo
Pita mata Pita mata Shuka mata Pita mata Shuka mata
Ukifiti na ye, ukitupa mbao mina pita na ye. Mgenge zake kugonga na ye, anakaa fiti mina bonga na ye. Akileta noma mina bonda ye ye. Afrika, Kenya, Kongo na ye. Shika jamu kuoma na ye. Kini genge mobimba bolinga na ye. Kuna kapari ye, swaga mekubali kuna party ye. Kala kasupa ndo kakari ye. Kana kachike nda kakari ye. Kaikari ye, minjo mgenge wawadi. So soft super scared didi. Ladies wanna go with me but buga missing naga time. Aligoso
Unitarisio stingol
Aligolo
Tuzupende libos
Aligoso
Afriko bimbaritol
Pita mata Shuka Alicious This one's so delicious. Me for the Christmas. Sangu tuni mos. Shika ganji na kuflos. Africa mobimba. Mokili mobimba. Kenya Congo mobimba. Commotion kwenye flow. Do the pressure king of flow. Ladies, this how we go. Alekita, mata, kita, mata. Boss in a mata. For I'm getting out of daily boss na kula mata. Aligoso. Aligolo. Tuzukendele boss. Aligoso. Afrika bimalikol. Aligolo.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Hey, that is Mobimba by Punit featuring the beautiful and talented Alicios, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is where you tune in and power up, and it's the Power Morning Drive show with me and Wanyoike. Right, again, remember you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are Power Radio across all socials. Please, we would absolutely love to hear from you. It always makes our morning, it always makes our day to hear from you as well. So I had promised us earlier that today we are going to have some very important conversations, and these are conversations around healing through art. Imagine health meeting art, meeting peace, meeting compassion, and everything in between. And so my guests are going to be telling us shortly about how did they even imagine of a world where healthcare can be used as a platform and as a bridge to preach peace and other noble causes in society. And so I'm pretty excited to have this conversation with my guest today. But before I get ahead of myself, I will allow them to introduce themselves, and then we will get right into what exactly they are here to talk about. And I will start with the gentleman that is on my immediate left. It's really good to have you join us on the Power Morning Drive show. Please kindly introduce yourself and tell us just a little bit about who you are.
My name is Mavine. I'm Mavine Omondi. I'm in level 4. I'm a medical student. And I also serve as the chapter co-president for the Medical Students for Social Responsibility. So that is the students' organization that has organized what we are here to preach about.
Yeah.
So the Art for Peace contest and exhibition. Yeah.
Awesome. Really, thank you so much for making the time to join us on Power Radio. And to the lovely lady on my extreme left.
Good morning. I'm Benadette Mwangi, level 3 medical student at University of Nairobi. I'm the fellow co-president for the Medical Students for Social Responsibility. Very happy to be here.
We are happy to have all of you here. All right, so let's just go right into it. Art for Peace. How did the idea come about? And what is it even?
So we found art to be one of the mediums that, everyone can create art. Anyone can create it. Anyone can express themselves through art. And for medical students, or generally anyone working in the healthcare sector, expressing ourselves might occasionally come out to be a bit of a challenge, especially when it comes to topics such as peace, which some of us view to be very abstract. So this contest came about as a way to bridge that gap between expressing yourself in an unique manner and also bringing awareness to peace and what our chapter as MSSR aims to do.
Right. So medical students, there's many myths and misconceptions that you guys are just bookworms. There's nothing fun about your life. Then here comes the MSSR, and you guys are curating and creating a space for fun activities to exist. I mean, where do you even find the balance to do these things? Because we always think that medical students are like the busiest people ever. Yeah. Basically, what I'm asking you to speak into is the nexus point or the point of connection between your medical practice as a medical student and why it's important to use that in reframing conversations that seemingly have nothing to do with your practice as a medic.
Yeah, I would like to thank you for that question.
Yeah.
And as well qualify the what you call the myth
Yeah.
or misconception about medical students. It's a common knowledge that medical students are bookworms.
Yeah.
But again, some of the students come to medical school having had a very holistic training in the background, like when they were in high school. So while when they reach university, even our professors know that we are admitting people who actually their work is to do book, to do a lot of book work and be in the wards and just deal with the patients. But then now they miss the other aspect of self-expression, like trying to discover their other strengths. So what inspired this is we've had a lot of conflicts along globally, and we've seen in some circumstances where these medical practitioners are the ones who finally get allowed into some of these scenes. So you find that the other people who are trained advocates, people who are trained media personnel, they are limited in terms of access, but then medical practitioners get the final access, and you find that some of them are the ones that actually get to inform the rest of the world what's going on. So I won't like to call out particular examples, but then we realized that since these are the last people on the scene, whenever there's a conflict, we always expect that there'll be life at threat. So there'll be a lot of injuries. So we'll eventually have medical people coming along or emergency response team.
Yeah.
So these are people who are going to brave this. Commonly, we have active fights going on, even at the time these people are coming out to rescue the ones that have been injured. So they'll brave the fire bullets. Some of them will see the traumatized people. So it is also going to affect their mental health in a way. And you realize that they don't have a platform to share about this. Or given that unique experience, you see, if it was a journalist, he will just film it or make a story about it, and then maybe record the statistics. These are the number of people who have been injured. These are the number of people who have died. These are the medical personnel who, while they were doing their work, got a bit of stray bullets. But now, when it is coming from the medical personnel who was on site, because they've read more and more again about the physiology of the human body, and they know when there's an injury here, this is what it means for this person. When there's an injury here, again, this is what it means for this other person. So using that perspective, I think they can, when they're empowered, they will speak clearly to the world and maybe make the world understand from that perspective that indeed war is not the best way to go. Yeah, another aspect is now they'll also speak to their mental health issues. while they get to while they are sent to these places where conflict is happening, they'll also speak to how that affects their mental health and how they now will be able to handle subsequent patients. So I think this is going to provide a platform where such ideas starts to be nurtured, and we start empowering students who now will become the future practitioners to be expressive about them.
Right.
Yeah.
Benadette, yourself as a medical practitioner or medical student, for the basis of this conversation, how did you come about, thinking about what would I call it? Using your medical practice as a tool for something as grand as peace and for something like a social change. Like, where did that come about? Where did that come from?
Well, I think I can best answer that by building off what Mavine has said.
Sure.
Mavine is actually who introduced me to MSSR as a concept. And, like he said, oftentimes for a lot of us, especially as Kenyans, war seems like a very far out thing to happen. When we think about war, Kenya is not the first place to come to mind. But when we think about violence, whether it be physical, emotional, etc., other examples, that's something a lot of Kenyans have interacted with personally. So when you look back on that, as a medical practitioner, like Mavine said, you'll often have to interact with people who have experienced these different forms of violence, and bringing peace to them is very important, because I'm certain there are people here who have, maybe you've gone to the doctor and you've had a very negative experience, even feeling that uncomfortable, you have something very private and very personal health issue that you want to bring up, and you feel uncomfortable. And as medical practitioners, it's important that we learn how to give our patients or any person who we interact with a sense of emotional peace. This is a safe space. And also, we can only do that by having the experience and the knowledge that we are at peace ourselves and we can emotionally express ourselves.
Oh, I hear that. And so you guys you're the co-presidents of the Medical Students Social Responsibility.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about what MSSR does and why it was important to even create Kitengo specific for social responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah, so still borrowing from how the discussion started, when you're in the faculty, right at school, so most of the students are just within the school, so they do their studies, they do their ward work. There's no time that is allowed, that is created for people to nurture other talents. As well, you find that therefore that limits the opportunities to express other forms of knowledge. So you just tend to learn about the consequences of war or injuries in books, so you understand them, but then you can't speak into them. And then now, given the rising tensions, the other day we heard about Uganda trying to insinuate certain things about Indian Ocean and some war might come around. Yeah, so as medical students, we thought that we can do more than just reading and understanding the consequences of these injuries that come out of conflicts. We can do more. When you leave the aspect of war, when you come to the aspect of sexual and reproductive health, where now we talk about the gender-based violence, we talk about things like adolescent health, or just the general health of people, we can speak more into it, because now in school you're taught about how when you have things like gender-based violence, how it affects the emotional health of the victims. yeah, and how these people will take a long time to recover. But then we can't really, so we learn about them, and then we don't have an avenue to try and talk to people about these consequences in a way that they can understand. Talk to community about this. So then this necessitated a platform. So we needed a platform where now students can come talk to the community about the consequences of this and how exactly they happen, so that even by the time someone is trying to do this, they know that this is the type of harm beyond the physical one that I'm going to cause to this type of person. Yeah, so I think that was the main motive, to just get a platform where we can interact with the community and share. Yes.
How do you think this initiative prepares, upcoming medical practitioners, prepare them with the ethical and I think I would say even the emotional realities of dealing with, for example, patients in conflict zones, because that tends to happen a lot. Yeah. So what do you think this initiative is going to do in terms of that kind of preparation?
Okay, so I'll answer that
Yeah.
in two phases, and I'll give my colleague to also share.
Sure.
Now, the first aspect is when we engage students this early in the training, and they'll get that sense of being active participants in that cycle of war and its consequences. Yeah. And most of the time in school, we are taught that the best way to cure a patient is to prevent the disease from occurring. Yeah. So advocating for peace as a medical student or as medical practitioners is one of the ways to show the world that peace is actually a preventative medicine, because now we'll have avoided the consequences. We'll have avoided the war and its consequences. And secondly, when people come out to express themselves in terms of advocating for peace, so like right now we have started seeing submissions that talk about the consequences of peace, how it interferes with the regular health workflow and resources. So these are students who have sat down, they've internalized, and they've reflected, and they've drawn a map in their mind. They've seen, if this happens, this is what is going to happen out of it.
Yeah.
So they have this kind of mastery of concepts on how war affects the general healthcare services. So then when they meet these students outside there, these victims of war outside there, they will have already have a pre-exposure. So even though it's not a real exposure to someone who is actually injured from a conflict or from a war, they read it somewhere when it was exhibited, or they actually thought about it and formed an art out of it and exhibited themselves. So they have that picture that this is I expect this to be among my cases. So we will reduce stigma to patients who are coming from war zones. We'll start embracing them, and I think we'll speak more passionately. The students will, now when they become practitioners, they'll speak more passionately about war consequences.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Benadette, I want to ask, how expensive is war to our health, whether emotionally, physically, mentally? Paint us a picture of what that looks like, because I think it's important for people to understand why such an initiative is absolutely important. And you did start mentioning that when you think about war-torn areas, we immediately go to Congo, Sudan, Gaza, Free Palestine, but rarely do you think that, Kenya is like one bad decision away from actually becoming a war-torn area. So talk to us a little bit about why war is very expensive and detrimental to our wholesome health.
Okay, so war, one thing we have to understand is that with war comes refugees, comes camps of displaced people, And also you have obviously the people who are injured from these acts of violence brought about. So let me paint a scenario. You're in a refugee camp. You are congested, let's say maybe on an acre. You are more than 100,000 people camped in. You have families of 10 or, 10 plus people sharing one tent. You have poor sanitation. There's no running water. There's no sewage system, because oftentimes these refugee camps come about in areas that are sort of distanced or separated from the city zones, right? Where you don't have proper piping, proper sewage systems, and it's very difficult to get to those areas as a means of preventing the conflict from getting closer to them. So in these areas, it's very common and very easy for diseases to spread. One person gets, let's say, cholera, or gets another bacterial infection, E. coli, and it spreads so easily because, again, you don't have proper sewage. People are not washing their hands after going to the washrooms. You touch that food. The same person is the same person who is preparing the food that you're going to eat. So it's very easy for diseases to spread in those camps and in those situations. On the emotional side, war is it's a very emotionally tense situation to be put in. Emotions are high. People are constantly stressed about their safety. You also have a rise in gender-based violence.
Yeah.
You have very poor access to basic health services. Vaccines. You have an increase in the death of very young children, younger than 5, due to preventable diseases. Because again, you can't get vaccines there. You can't get basic health care there. You find your child has a cough, or they might have asthma, gets easily exacerbated. It gets worse, and it's very difficult for doctors to get there and prevent it. So it's very important. Again, building on what Mavine has said, peace is preventive care. Because we are taught public health is very important for us as doctors, because we try and advocate for, you want as much as possible to stop your patient having to come to see you. So take, for example, you have a patient with asthma, they're coming from a place where it's very, the air quality is very low. Maybe they live next to somewhere where there's a lot of smoke. They stay next to a factory. They're inhaling chemicals daily. And it doesn't matter. Yes, you'll give them an inhaler. You'll give them this medication. It doesn't matter in the long term, because that patient will come back to you because they're still in the same conditions. Their asthma is still getting worse until potentially, very unfortunately, the worst consequence comes about. So as MSSR, we're really trying to advocate that, again, peace is preventive care, and not only looking at peace in the context of war, but also peace in how we can prevent our patients from ever having to come to see us at all.
Yeah.
We also advocate for environmental health, like I said earlier, these basic situations where you don't have proper sewage, where you don't have proper trash collection. It's very easy for a small disease to go from one person to suddenly you have an epidemic. So we try and advocate as much as possible that we have to look on the side of preventive care.
Right. Yeah. I like the idea of preventative care. I think it's a very radical way of preventing whatever. Well, we could start with apples. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So maybe the government please incentivize apple prices. I went to the shop the other day to buy my groceries, and apples are 50 shillings one. One. That is not what. That is not. Do you really? Are you guys committed to a healthy nation? And speaking about even preventative care, I cannot talk about health without talking about SHA and the SHIF and the conundrum. I don't know what lecturers are telling you about SHIF and SHA. Take us into your lecture halls. What are the discussions? I just for the sake of me and Udaku, I really wanna know. Karibu nikuwe daktari, but I was too mouthy, so I just had to settle for media. But what are the doctors telling you your lecturers telling you as concerns to she and SHA? Are the conversations even happening?
It's a thin line of balance. Because when you look at the goal of SHA was to make healthcare more affordable, and have people contribute it more affordable and equitable, so that the burden is shared among the citizens. So it was more of empowering every citizen to their how do we call this now? It was to empower citizens to embrace contributing to the scheme according to their economic power. Yeah, so that the less privileged can contribute the more to their levels, the more privileged as well can contribute to their levels. But then when it comes to healthcare, they can all get the same type of healthcare without straining. Yeah, but then we've had a lot of news happening around. Yeah, a lot of political things are happening with SHA, and it's a worry because as practitioners, we are taught by practicing doctors. Yeah, so most of the stories that they tell us, especially when you have the rounds, you find you have a patient, they did their first surgery, let's say hernia repair. So they did their first hernioplasty on the right inguinal region. So that is just the right thigh. The right hip region. Now they come back with a hernia on the left. When you go to SHA, when you build that and take it to SHA, they say that that procedure had been built before, and now it can't be built again. So then it is not funded. So that is a life that is now complicating because now it can't be funded, but this person has been paying. Yeah, so it's really not as effective as we thought. Yeah.
All right, it's interesting. But anyway, going back to Art for Peace. So I want us to break down exactly what the entry points are. What is the criteria for the exhibition? If somebody is to submit, I don't know, what are you looking for? Is it an idea? Is it an actual exhibition? Is it papers? So let's get right into the exhibition and the context. And the contest, I beg your pardon. So what is it? Who are you guys targeting? Is it open to the public? When are the dates? All the things. Okay. Can start with Benadette. Go ahead.
Okay, so this contest submissions are currently open.
Okay.
They're open from the 2nd of February to the 28th, I believe. Yeah.
Guys, submit.
Yeah, submit. We're calling for submissions. We accept all mediums of artwork.
Okay.
So whether it's a short story, a poem, painting, drawings. I think the only submissions we don't take is maybe music or musical submissions, things to do with sound. But we do take all other forms.
Why are you
Exhibition is a challenge of those forms.
Well, you can have the actual artist on with a live exhibition.
Yeah, we're open to that.
Okay,
but the challenge of the exhibition is a week long, so having people be there every week, 8 to 5, every single day is a bit of a logistical challenge. But for the next one, the one we do next year, we'll take that into account.
Definitely bigger and better.
And as I said, submissions close on February 28th. You can submit. We have a Google form. We also have, you can reach out to us on our numbers if you have any artwork or for the form isn't working.
Okay.
And the exhibition will take place from March 2nd to 7th. Yes.
Okay.
March 2nd to 7th. And we'll also have an exhibition ceremony on the 14th.
Okay. This 14th?
No, March 14th.
March
14th. With prizes.
Okay.
So, but you're only eligible to get a prize if you are a student at the University of Nairobi.
Only.
Unfortunately.
Oh, you guys are gatekeeping. You guys are gatekeeping. So let me get this straight. So there's no criteria whatsoever. You don't have to be a student of the University of Nairobi to submit
artworks.
No. And the themes around health.
Yeah, around health,
Uh-huh.
environmental care.
Okay.
Again, building on that, preventive care. Yeah, art, peace, the environment.
Yeah. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Exactly. We'll take that. We'll
You'll
take that.
You want to be kept away? Okay, cool. Okay, and then the exhibition is happening on the
March 14th.
March 14th to the
exhibition.
The actual
March
exhibition,
2nd.
yes.
Yeah, March 2nd to 7th.
Yeah.
March 2nd to 7th.
Yeah, and then we have
where is the venue?
At the Faculty of Health Sciences, KNH campus.
KNH.
Yeah.
That's Kenyatta
National
Hospital.
campus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the KNH, at the what faculty of?
Health Sciences.
Faculty of Health Sciences. But we are going to post that poster on our split screen on Power Radio, but also on our Instagram pages, so that you can make sure that you lock in the dates and come and be part of Art
we
for Peace.
welcome a lot of guys to come during the exhibition.
Yeah, so why should they come?
Yeah, so when you come, you expect to see different artistic expressions. Personally, I love art, and it's just a different world when you get to see people draw, people write, people paint, passionately about peace and how it relates to health and well-being of the planet, of persons. Yeah, and also of our systems. It's really a nice thing to come and have a look at. It will give you a whole different dimension about peace. Yeah, you won't just see peace as the political peace that we talk about, but see peace as actually a preventative way of in medicine.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's free entry?
Free entry.
Okay, good.
And don't forget their prizes.
We are Kenyans, we like free things. But in terms of partnerships, what are you open to partnerships? Are you looking for any sort of partnerships?
We welcome all sorts of partnerships as long as they speak to the theme of peace, health, and well-being.
Yeah.
We really need more partners to come along to boost, because as we said, this is a public affair. We are trying to reach out to more audience as possible to know that when there's peace, people are healthy. And so we don't have to spend a lot of money on drugs and money on equipments to try and treat consequences of peace. Something that we can actually prevent.
So I want us to talk a little bit about gender dynamics, especially when it comes to healthcare. And as you know, or might not know, war tends to affect mostly women and children. And when you look at the statistics, it's absolutely chaotic. It's a nightmare to look at the discrepancies between the gender dynamics and the different demographics that we have, right? As a people, or in the areas where conflict and war have been a narrative embedded in their national fabric for the longest time. So how do you think you're well prepared for such responses? And if at all, will it come up in the exhibition? Are you going to perhaps give a talk on such things?
You want to take that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you speak about conflict and war, you can't speak about conflict and war without speaking on the effects it brings to the most vulnerable in the population. So these are our the women and the children. Because when there's war, one aspect that is for sure is there's increased tension. The stress levels are high. Now people are fighting to survive, so it's a survival for the fittest mentality kicks in. Biologically, the men tend to be more advantaged because they tend to be stronger species. And then also when there's war, the rules tend to be taken back. Like now no one cares about the rules. There are no boundaries. There's no law. So this is giving it creates a big loophole for things to be perpetrated towards the weaker in the population. So that is why you find that the ladies and also the children get to suffer a lot. So this is a period where you expect the gender-based violence to rise up. You expect a lot of rape cases. You expect a lot of forced sex with the children. I've forgotten how it's called, but yeah, you see that most of the young girls, sexual defilement. Yeah, you expect a lot of them. So and these are things that happen with they're actually unprotected. Yeah, they're unprotected. All of them. I'm very sure, like almost 99% are unprotected. So from here, we expect to see a lot of STIs. We expect to see a lot of emotional trauma, and this is a life that is broken for the rest of the history of this person. So it's a very unfortunate event, and it's going to affect this person for their entire life. It's going to change the track of their life. If this person was going, you're born with a purpose.
Yeah.
And once you experience certain accidents, certain unfortunate events, then you tend to be more stressed, and now you can't pursue your daily duties. So we really want more submissions along those lines, because as we said, Kenya, we have not really experienced a major war apart from the civil war that we experienced in the post-election violence in 2008 to 2009.
Yeah.
But currently we can say that we are at peace, but we have those community wars that we have around, and most of our audience and even students at the faculty have seen this. We also have international students who have also come from regions where there are conflicts and war. And we expect them to we expect the artists, those who will submit, to bring a lot of this into perspective. Because again, our exhibition is free. Everyone will be allowed to come in, and you never know who will come in. Yeah. So it could be a cabinet secretary. It could be the president, maybe. It could be like people who have great influence. So once they see these artistic, passionate expressions of the consequences of war, and they also see, because it will be, some people will focus on the consequences of war, some people will focus on peace. So once they see the double vision, now they actually get to understand why we are speaking into this matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear you. Let us take a quick breather. When we come back, we will wrap up our conversation, and a quick reminder of just the date, so that you can start sending in those exhibition requirements as well, and rally up your people to also come and join the Art for Peace movement. We will see you after this short music break. Do not move a muscle.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Pawa Radio.
Sitaki kwendanga home, enyewe sinapendanga mafomu, enyewe sinapendanga madonna, sibo. I'm starting to lose control, now party ready tomorrow. I'm liking the way that you move and you're losing some control, oh. Shake your bum when you waist to the beat and the melodies of my song. Na ukitaka ntaleta di usiku, ukitaka ntakupa more. Na vile zangu
zimeshika. Sitaki hadi kuchoma kabichi. Selecta napenda vile shanza kuzicheza, shanza kunipea vile nakupea. Selecta naona walegeza, kiuno wanipea, haga nawekea. Vibe nana, girl you sexy and you waste fire. When the selector so select me mama, na wakipinga ni washenzi sana, washenzi sana. Kama doba don't play. Nana mix yako when it's sexy. Pull up on me one time. Pull up on me one time. Selecta napenda vile shanza kuzicheza, shanza kunipea vile nakupea. Selecta mauna walegeza, kiuno wanipea, haga nawekea.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Pawa Radio.
Niwe nahepa kukucheki, anipenda ye nimemwacha nyumbani ye hajui. Baby wanichanganya zingua maliza mimi sijiwezi. Ni makosa baby, forbidden fruit so sweet. Naenda mimi sitabaki, twajiweka shimoni, this is where we end, yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, wewe ni tabu tubu. 'Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, wewe ni tabu tubu. Acha kunishika mkono hivo, ninahisi mengi ila ninajua kuna kikomo. Si upendo ni mchezo, uongo si tumeamini. Najaribu kumpenda niliye naye, go on and let me be. Naenda mimi sitabaki, twajiweka shimoni, this is where we end, yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, wewe ni tabu tubu. 'Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, wewe ni tabu tubu. Naenda mimi sitabaki, twajiweka shimoni, this is where we end, yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, wewe ni tabu tubu. 'Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, wewe ni tabu tubu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, welcome back. That is the very beautiful and talented Philosophy, as she goes by, but we call her Fee, with Tabu, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show where you make your mornings count. My name is Wanyoike, the host with the most, if I do say so myself, and we are still here with my special guests, Mr. Mavine and Miss Benadette, and we are in the midst and the bones of discussing healthcare, art, peace, and what they have to do with each other. And before we wrap up our conversation, I want us to talk a little bit about something that is super pertinent, which is financing for healthcare when it comes to conflict and war-torn zones, or just conflict generally, you know. Just the other day, I saw that 11 billion Kenya shillings has been looted from SHA. So with every penny that is pinched from the budgetary allocations of healthcare, means that there is a dying someone somewhere in our hospitals, which is sad, because our hospitals are no longer places where people go to live. There are places where people go to die, and that is a very unfortunate thing. So talk to us a little bit about how do we reframe and even develop systems and structures that enable sustainable funding models and investment models for healthcare, and what happens when that is diverted.
Yeah, you really don't want to imagine what actually happens when the money for healthcare is diverted to other things, because these are lives that are lost, that could be rescued, could be saved. Also, now when you lose lives, as medical practitioners, when you are losing life because of artificial shortages, it's also a mental issue, because when you graduate from med school, you take an oath to take care of every life that will come to your hand. So you find that you are really capable of saving this life, but then because there are no resources to help you do this person is dying. So it really takes a very huge setback to your personal well-being as well. But leave alone medical practitioners. When there's war, now that you're in the topic of peace and well-being and health.
Yeah.
So when there's war, it means there's no peace. So when there's no peace, you find that governments tend to prioritize protecting their territories, or even communities tend to prioritize protecting their territories. So the money that is meant to cater for health services, so drugs. My colleague was speaking about vaccines.
Yeah.
Also the bandages, the surgical equipments as well. You see that now this money is diverted to cater for the armors that are used during the warfare, the arsenals.
Yeah.
So now, again, like we said before, during this period is when now we have a lot of tension and a lot of gender-based violence, sexual defilements that are happening. STIs are on the rise. People are getting more sick. Displacements are happening. Refugees we have. We are at a public health crisis because now the airborne and the waterborne diseases are coming along.
Yeah.
So these people tend to seek health care from the health facilities around, which don't have the resources. So then something as easy as malaria or something as easy as flu ends up killing this person. And now you're there. Those are many lives lost. You're a doctor as well. You know the technique. You can't help them. Their family believe that when they get to the hospital, at least, because hospitals tend to be a bit guarded from war. Yeah. So when they get the families tend to think that maybe when they get there they'll get some help, but then they come there to die. It's a very bad scenario. You can't imagine. It's really bad.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So the University of Nairobi Benadette is obviously ahead of the curve in terms of they have allowed you to do this novel initiative. So that's a great thing. But I wonder from where you sit, what do you think the role of universities and institutions of higher learning would be in terms of fostering peace conscious leadership, especially within healthcare practices or in the next generation of healthcare practitioners? Yeah.
Okay, so universities are often viewed as places where, higher learning takes place, but it's also places where people really grow and develop. I'm sure a lot of people, especially once you hit like 21, I'm 21 myself, and I think by being in
I've never felt so old. Let me just say, I've never felt so old. I remember when. Go on.
Yeah. So I'm 21 and I'm so certain for my fellow 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
The person you were when you were in first year is very different by virtue of the conversations you're forced to have.
Yeah.
Being in university.
Yeah.
Especially, as health practitioners, like Mavine said, we're taught how to handle situations of sexual violence, domestic-based violence, physical assaults. You're taught how to handle them, how to categorize them, how to treat them. And those are things that really force you to grow as a person.
Correct.
And form a deeper understanding that hurt is very real.
Yeah.
Pain is very real. For a lot of us, it's very abstract to think about, someone can get, you can get physically assaulted. It's very abstract to think, you can hear, yes, someone was stabbed, but you've never seen it before. You've never had to, deal with that situation before. So it really forces us to think about that deeper.
Yeah.
And also for, again, this is a contest targeting not just health students or future health practitioners. It's targeting all people. So it also forces, future economics students, people doing political science, people doing law, to think, how can we influence policy for the better so that, we make peace a long-lasting concept and prevent these things from happening in the first place, if possible.
Yeah. Yeah, what about you? How do you think about raising the next crop of peace-conscious leaders, especially in the healthcare system?
I think as a university, from the university context, I think our university is really doing a lot to allow the growth of these spaces where students can actually explore while they're still in training the bits of talking about peace as students, because that is a platform where now you nurture passion. Apart from nurturing knowledge, you nurture passion and you nurture talent.
Right.
Now, when you start speaking about peace right now, then it means it is something that is going to grow with us. So by the time we graduate out of school, it forms a network of passionate individuals. So you know that so-and-so is normally passionate about this aspect. Yeah. So I think that is something that can continue even beyond the 4-year course or the 6-year course, as opposed to a situation where we don't have these conversations going on. So by the time you're out of school, you really don't know, you don't have that connection to other individuals who are have the same passion as you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the first edition, but I know that you, as the co-presidents, as the leaders of this initiative, you have dreams for where it could go. So talk to us a little bit about what is the grand scheme of things. What is the big picture? What do you hope this exhibition, this initiative, this idea will look like in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 years? And specifically, how do you think it's going to reshape the culture around healthcare and how we deal with healthcare, even as a nation, as a region, and beyond?
Okay. I would say that the aim is the plan that we have is that we will have this art exhibition and contest annually. So this being the first one, we want to monitor it, how it goes. We have a committee that is already in place who are going to monitor the logistics and what goes on. Yeah. Now next year when we'll plan, we'll have a better view into it. Now talking about a 5-year plan, a 5-year vision. Sorry, talking about a 5-year vision, we are looking into having common faces who will submit to these contests, and so that brings about the sense of creating more platform to nurture talents or nurture voices. Yeah, so then that means we will like right now we are partnering with some organizations that are actually dealing with peace.
Yeah.
So then when we have those common faces submitting to every other contest,
Right.
we can now talk about connecting them with these people who are already established in this space. Yeah, people who are embracing the art like Pawa 254.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can talk about nurturing the artistic expression in terms of advocacy as well. Another thing that I would like to share is this space is going to offer us an opportunity to interact with the community. You see, our submission criteria is such that students can submit, the community as well can submit.
Okay.
So we expect students from the university to submit, from the other universities as well will submit. Also people from the community will also submit. So then during exhibition, since it's open to anyone, then it means we can have discussions that we get the community perspective, we get the students' perspective. And that is one of the ways that the university can be useful to the surrounding community.
Yeah.
Just nurture different perspectives of viewing the same thing. And at the end of it, we have a more conclusive view. Yeah.
Awesome. Your parting shot as we wrap up our conversation, and tell us why again should we be there? Why is it so important for us to come through? This is your camera. Face the people, tell them why we need to be there, when, remind them the dates, yes, and why we need to come.
Okay, so you need to be there because I'm sure all of us have had of violence. Some of us may have had the unfortunate experience of experiencing violence upon ourselves or violence upon people who we are close to. So this will force a conversation to the people who will treat these people, these victims of violence. And it's also a way for you to connect with people who will influence future policy and bring about change that can hopefully prevent violence from occurring in the first place and bring about long-lasting peace. So submissions, again, they're still open. Today's the 11th. Yeah, today's the 11th. We have 2 more weeks, or 3, I believe, for submissions, which close on 28th. You can come view the exhibition at University of Nairobi, Faculty of Health Sciences. Best direction I can give you is it's opposite KMTC, KMTC Nairobi campus. And you can come for the exhibitions from 2nd to 7th March and the award ceremony on the 14th of March.
Yeah.
So yeah, come. We're very excited. Give us your submission. Give us your art. Let's have a conversation on the connection between art, peace, and health.
Yeah. Do they come with apples to keep you away?
Yeah, you should come with apples.
Okay.
We
Apples.
accept all fruits.
Oh, you accept all fruits. Your parting shot, Mr. Marvin.
My parting shot will be we call upon everyone to embrace this conversation because it's something that if you avoid it, it's part of us. If you can't avoid talking about peace because peace is essentially everything. Peace is health. Peace is your well-being. Peace is it determines how you wake up tomorrow or how you woke up today. It determines how you go, if you're going to breathe in your next 2 seconds. Yeah. So speak about it through art. when you look at our submissions, we are allowing every kind of submissions from essays, from poems, any piece of writing, short stories, paintings, drawings, digital art, everything. As long as you have something to express,
Yeah.
You will just tell us what it is so that you can also understand. So we welcome submissions, like my colleague said, from anyone. We will certify you for having participated in the course, and that can boost your CV if you're a student. Yeah, and it can be something to be proud of, that you contributed to a conversation around peace if you're someone who maybe CVs doesn't matter to. Yeah, so please submit, come for our exhibitions, and see you there.
See you there. Yeah, I'ma see you there. Even me, I'll be there. My whole gang at Power Radio, we shall be there as well. So please make sure that you guys come for Art for Peace. Mavine, Benadette, what a privilege. It has been absolutely amazing having y'all coming on the show today. I'm being told that we have a question. So for you, let me just read our comments real quick. I know that you will be able to read, to answer them. In just a moment, we're getting that question. Right, Frank NG is asking, where do we send our submissions? Oh, that's a good question. I had forgotten about that. Yeah.
So in the poster that was being split screened earlier, there was a link to a Google form, which you can, and there's a QR code which you can scan to submit your work. But in case you face any challenges, you can always reach out to us.
Okay. How do they reach out?
Can call us.
You want to give your number
I don't want to.
on national?
I'm not sure I want to. I'm not sure.
Maybe social media.
Yeah, social media. You can reach out to us on Instagram at IPPNW_UON.
IPPNW
yes,
_UON.
Yes. Okay, you can reach out to us on Instagram, or you can always email us. Our email is ippnw.un@gmail.com. Reach out to us if you're facing any challenges.
Okay.
Because we want to ensure as many people submit as possible.
Do we have a link in bio? Perhaps you guys can take the link where people can submit on the bio.
Yes, there's a link in the Instagram bio.
Oh,
yes.
So link in bio.
Yeah.
Again,
IPPNW_UON.
Okay, got it. There you have it, folks. That's all the... I'm sorry. That's all the time that we had for you this morning. I will catch you on Friday, same time, same place. And I will be talking to the programs director at Youth Educated, Miss Sheila Kamau. She's doing an impeccable job with upskilling and teaching skills for young people. So you definitely do not want to miss that nail-biting conversation. But for me, for now, it's a goodbye. Thank you so much to everybody that has been part of this journey, including Mr. Frank NG. Shout out to you, and thank you so much for making the time to spend your morning with us on the Power Morning Drive show. I will leave you in the very safe and able hands of our dynamic duo. You know, it's Wednesday, so you definitely know where the Kiki is at. Gift of Gab from 4 p.m. all the way till 6 p.m. with DJ CJ alongside Elijah Moz as they give you the hottest, the most sizzling hip-hop music that is coming out of the 254. So you definitely do not want to miss out on that. So please make sure that from 4 to 6 p.m. you catch them live and direct on Power Radio. Until then, it's a goodbye from me. Bye, bye, bye.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
When the praises go up, Barakazina, praise go up, Barakazina. When the praises go up, Barakazina, praise go up, Barakazina, Barakazina, Barakazina.
Sifa,
Itisha pata 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 pata. Itisha pata 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 pata. Itisha pata 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 pata. Itisha pata 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 pata.
Blessing me faster, wako hakuna matata. Blessing me faster, wako hakuna matata. Huku na huku na huku na huku, wako hakuna matata. Huku na huku na huku na huku, wako hakuna matata. When the praises go up, baraka zina shuka. Praise go up, baraka zina shuka. When the praises go up, baraka zina shuka. Praise go up, baraka zina shuka. Na baraka zina shuka. Baraka zina
Niko fresh and clean. Niko fresh and clean. Niko na more flavor, more flavor, more cheddar.
Marriage works manze come through.
Na watoi warembo so true.
Sina madeni mfuko imejaa.
Sai tuna live dream tuliota.
amenipa mengi mengi. Amefanya mengi mengi. Murembo wangu minji minji. Murembo wangu minji minji. Nasema amenipa mengi mengi. Amefanya mengi mengi. Murembo wangu minji minji. Murembo wangu minji minji.
When the praises go up, baraka zina shuka. Praise go up, baraka zina shuka. When the praises go up, baraka zina shuka. Praise go up, baraka zina shuka. Na baraka zina shuka. Baraka zina
nilifunga kwa siri akani bless yo siri yendo mzinga zenga na ngamu na zoza hapa deva wezi bonga
mimi na mimi na mimi na mimi nae baraka zangu mimi na mimi na mimi na mimi nae baraka zangu mimi na mimi na mimi na mimi nae baraka zangu
Blessing me faster, wako hakuna matata. Huku na huku na huku na huku, wako hakuna matata. Huku na huku na huku na huku, wako hakuna matata. When the praises go up, baraka zina shuka. Praise go up, baraka zina shuka. When the praises go up, baraka zina shuka. Praise go up, baraka zina shuka. Na baraka zina shuka. Baraka zina
From sunrise to sunset, all day